might remember a couple of weeks back, we had a topic we discussed on the program where you actually asked a whole lot of questions, quite some interesting ones. It was a really engaging topic, and the topic that week was job hunting. It's all about packaging. Now, here's the good news. A whole lot of you sent in messages even after the program, even when it repeated, even when you watched it on our YouTube channel. You asked questions, and you actually, by popular demand, asked that we revisit that topic because many of your questions were not answered. Well, the good news is that I spoke with the guests who were on the show that week, and they gladly agreed to be on the show together with me today so we can look at some of your questions as much as possible, take as many of your questions as possible. And of course, once again, the topic is job hunting. It's all about packaging. How do you package yourself for that dream job? Yes, you have been wondering, I'm done with NYSC, I don't have a job. What are all those do's and don'ts? What are the things you are missing? All right, so that's going to be the focus of our discourse today. My name is Cecile Egbele. In a moment, you get to meet my guests. They are a human resource consultant, and together we'll answer your very many questions. But first, let's have a recap of how the last episode of Job Hunting, It's About Packaging, went. What are the basic computer proficiencies I need to apply for that job?
Yes. So I would say again that computer proficiency varies according to the role you're applying for. But at the least, you should be able to use Microsoft Word. You should be able to use Excel, PowerPoint for presentations at the least.
You see those things, soft skills, there are things that we need to learn. Let's read some few messages. This is one of the best programs that I love. Oh, thank you. What comes first, writing the CV or searching for the job?
Someone meets you, I need a job. What kind of job are you looking for? And they say anything. And that's a very wrong answer. In fact, that is mispackaging. Sometimes you can tell what you should be doing, right, by what you're interested in. So the first thing core members need to do is find out what you're good at. The second thing is you find out the skills or the trainings that you need. Had people that will tell me, refer people to me for a job, and when I send candidate CV, they'll say, oh no, I don't want this CV, I want the person's LinkedIn profile. But some of them are so used to writing in shorthand that even when you need to write seriously, you don't know when you slip in you instead of YOU.
Someone wants to give you a job. They say, send me your CV.
What your document should contain should be tailored towards what the organization needs and what the job needs.
Oh, so I can't have just one CV that's for everything?
No, it doesn't work that way. Applying for a job is like a competition. You have to be strategic.
That means I can have like 17 different structures to my CV.
If you're applying for a job in Lagos and you're in Abuja, indicate that you're in Lagos, because that can play against you. Yes.
You know, that's a bit tricky too, depending on how well you can stand on your CV.
Some people lie in their CV, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to apply for a job, even if they don't qualify.
And these applicant tracking systems, what many people don't know is that it has a way of telling you the people who have applied numerous times.
Oh.
So there were some people that when you put chief medical officer, they will apply. Nurse, they will apply. Procurement officer, they will apply. HR manager, they will apply. And this person has, in fact, the person might even be an ND holder. Like there was actually a CV I received, and person titled it "My Case is Different."
So when I see a CV, even if the person has the content, sometimes I just wave through because the structure, you know, and it starts from basic knowledge of use of Microsoft Word. And
what is a structure? Please break it down. Structure like,
you know, when you talk about education and work experience, you also have to be aware which one will sell you first.
Yep. If I have 8 years of experience in HR, but I don't even have a degree in HR, I'm going to hide that biochemistry at the bottom of the CV and take all the things I've done and put up.
So that will sell you faster.
Yes.
This program is amazing. It will impart so much knowledge to a job seeker.
And when it was time to introduce herself, she said, my name is Gladys, so person. So we looked at the CV and we're like, but your CV says you're Ruth. She said, oh, it's the cyber cafe person that did it.
And what are the contents in my LinkedIn that will actually attract potential employers or companies?
It's good for every young person to be on LinkedIn.
If you're not good with research, you would have difficulty landing a job. So CVs can run into 2 pages, 3 pages, while your resume is always summarized into 1 page.
Create a personal brand. Go on LinkedIn, create a winning CV.
Package not just online, but even within your network.
All right, so that was just a recap of how the last episode of this topic went, and it's time to meet my guest. My guests are here with me, and first I have Eromosele Momo. Eromosele Momo is a human resource consultant, as well as there are plenty of other ways you guys describe yourself. Well, that's him. He's the one that should get you that your dream job. To recommend and get you that your dream job.
Yes. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me.
Thank you very much for coming around. Toinric, I will just stick with that. Okay, tell us the surname again.
Toinric Bianyiko.
Bianyiko. Yeah, Toinric. She's also a HR consultant. Yeah. And she calls herself, you say
I'm an employability skills
employability skills manager. Yes, she's the one that will help you manage or tell you about those skills you need to be employable. You know, today they tell you about so many skills. You have to, recap those skills for us again quickly.
Well, skills vary, but they're soft skills or technical skills.
Technical.
And it varies based on the job type you're looking for.
Okay, but aren't there some skills that is expected, like general kind of skills?
Yeah, I would say effective communication is important all round. Emotional intelligence.
Okay, how can I add that to my CV? Because I know how to communicate very well with him, so can I say I'm an effective communicator? Or I think we are communicating, we're understanding ourselves pretty well. Can I add that to my CV as I'm an effective communicator?
Yeah, it's beyond your verbal communication, your written communication, and your ability to maintain relationships.
Yeah. Ability to maintain relationships.
Yes.
All right. What other skills, Marcella, would you like to add?
Okay, so just to top up for what she just said,
okay.
A few times you can also translate your skills in your job description. So by the role,
translate your
skills in your job description. Yeah. So the roles you took up. So if you write mails a lot, it means that you are hands-on on some form of written communication. You know, if you answer phone calls a lot, you know, you have some form of verbal communication. So those on its own translates your skills.
Okay, I mean, these skills you just talked about, they don't need to be skills where I have to go get a certificate on.
Well, some skills need certification.
Okay.
Mostly technical skills. So for instance, if you say you're proficient in some computer tools, it would be good to have a certification or to have evidence of that experience.
Okay.
That's why they're technical, because they can be tested.
Because they can be tested.
Yes.
All right. So like I talked about in my opening, I want us to take as many of our questions from the last episode of the program as possible. By the way, thank you very much for clearing your very busy schedules to be here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So let's take a look at some of this. Someone is asking, okay, he actually asked, how can I get to send my CV to you? I mean, I don't know how you guys work. Yes, someone asked the question. I don't know how it works. Can someone just look for any HR and send the CV, or how does it work?
Okay, to say, I actually wanted to understand the question. Is it to send to us or just send like any kind of application now?
Okay, it's said to you. And obviously they know I can't do anything.
That. Okay, so they probably can send it to WhatsApp, and maybe just to help that particular person, we can get it over later. Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm God Day from Bayelsa. I'm looking for a job. In conflict management. Oh, okay. I don't know. My name is Ebule Chimeze from Port Harcourt. Please, I need a job. I'm an articulated driver. You know, last time you talked about the fact that some people just say, I need a job. So for people like this, who actually specify the kind of job they want, I need a job please, I need a job. Okay, I am an articulated driver. Articulated driver, what's that?
I think he's saying he communicates well.
Okay, he's a driver?
Yeah, he's a driver that communicates well.
Like a driver?
Yes.
That communicates well.
Yes.
Okay, I just need to. Okay, then conflict management. So these people are a little specific. For people like this now, where would you recommend that they go drop their CV? Because I mean, back in the time, they say you go hand your CV in hand, going door to door, looking for where their employment. So what are the modern ways of doing this?
Okay, so for people who are specific about what they are looking for, I would say first of all, start by confirming if your CV, your chosen career path is the path that needs some kind of qualification or not. And if it doesn't need qualifications, like health workers need some qualifications, right? So when you have all your qualifications, write your CV in a way that sells you for that job. Then you go online and you search. You can go to LinkedIn, you can go to hotnigerianjobs.com, you can go to Glassdoor, you can go to Indeed. There are a host of them. And then you read the job descriptions for every role and you modify your CV to suit that role and apply. And then also leverage your network. Talk to people. You know, not every job. I believe more than 50% of the jobs that are filled every day don't even make it to the internet. Like there's the place of referrals in your job hunting journey. So talk to people about it too. And yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for somebody like him, peace and conflict resolution now that he said he read, well, the government agencies, their recruitment processes, it's a bit, calculated. So his kind of course, if he can sell himself such that an organization can identify the need for his services, that will also help, because off my sleeve as an HR person, I'm wondering, okay, he can work under the HR team under conflict, so but he may have to add on some other courses to support what he has read so that he can come into the system.
Okay, let's take some other messages. Let's go to WhatsApp. Hello, my name is Nathan, texting from Gombe. I love your program. Thank you very much, Nathan, for writing. We actually love the fact that you're writing and you're watching. All right, I'm Lola Adewumi from Akwa Ibom State. I've tried so hard to get a job, but to no avail. I studied business administration. So just pause on that. You take that in a moment. I'm Annie. I have skills in scaffolding, but no job. So for these two set of people, what would you advise?
Okay, for the business administration guy, last time in last episode, I mentioned that one of the challenges currently, especially like in Nigeria now, is that not everybody is employable. We have to take that. So he read business administration, and that's why we have Tori here. Is he employable? So like you say, he probably has been applying, his CV is done wrong, or maybe when he even makes it to interview, he doesn't present himself well to the interviewers. For the scaffold guy, that is more like a hand-on skill. So probably you should go to sites, also put out like posters. You see people drive and you say, oh, scaffold are needed and all that.
Okay, no, but I mean, can I just go to a company, even if they don't have any, they are not advertising, can I just go and tell them, please, I'd like to drop my CV?
Well, yes, you can. But I want to add to what he just said. So Nigeria is a place where many of us study things that the country does not have jobs for us. Like I studied English, and after my university, I was confused. When I got the degree, I didn't know what to use it to do. We have people that did biochemistry, chemistry, physics, all of that, and a lot of people don't know what to do with their degrees. So my recommendation is find out what you can do with what you studied. But if you see that the opportunities are limited, you might need to revert to your skills. Find out the things you're good at. Find out the jobs that are available within those skills and get the requirements, get the qualifications. They might just be trainings or even an internship, or you can volunteer and learn.
Yeah,
yes.
Volunteerism, that's another way of actually getting kind of experience. Because I keep on.
I would like to.
Many people don't want to work for free, right? And then the other scaffold person, I tell people, while you're trying to grow, sometimes you need to do two things. If you have a skill that does not bring, like you've not been known so much that you get jobs all the time, you might want to get a backup income. Being, okay, this is how I eat, while I'm trying to get people to know me more. When it comes to this other skill. So that's what I would recommend to that person.
I know you want to add something, but I want to pause that thought a bit. You can be part of this conversation. If we have answered your question, please just listen. We'd appreciate it. But if not, you can send in your questions to our phone line 081 177 82020. That's our phone line. I know a number of you already have it. 081 17778 Send your questions, ask your questions, and we'll be glad to answer as many as possible. Now, many people don't, a little worried about how to approach interview questions. I mean, panel, when you're going to meet panel for job interviews, you've written, you've submitted your CV, you have been invited for the interview. Many of you, when you get there, you just freeze, or you are wondering how to answer some of these questions. Some of the tough questions some people have said is, tell us about yourself. I mean, it's very confusing. I understand. Anyhow, we actually worked out something with Tangring earlier, and we tried to reenact a kind of job interview setting, and we thought you might learn a thing or two. Let's have a look at it.
Hello, good morning, Ayo.
Good morning, ma'am.
You're welcome. Hope we didn't keep you waiting for long.
Well, not too long.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, ma'am.
So, Ayo, we're interviewing you for the role of the PR officer at our company.
All right.
So, I'd like to know how you prepared for this interview.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question, ma'am. Firstly, I had to do my own background check about the company. And then secondly, I had to check the job description to see if I fit for the role. And then also, one of the motivations that made me apply for this role was it will be another step, a higher step for me in my career.
So you just said something that piqued my interest. You said you looked up the company. So what did you learn about us?
Okay. The company seems to be one that is a company where every young person, every career person would want to work in because of the years of they've been around for a number of years, and they have a good company record, and that's one of the reasons also.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
In regards to, you said you looked at the job description for this role. What's your understanding of the role?
Okay, yeah. The role allows me to make
So based on your understanding of the role, can you tell me about yourself in regards to your skills, basically your competencies that make you the best fit for this role?
Okay, one of the qualities is effective communication. As a PR official, you should be able to...
I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't ask for the qualities of a PR person. I want to know the skills that you have, right? Experience, qualification, education, all of that makes you the best fit for this role, because you've explained that you understand the role.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I think I put myself in this position. Okay. Basically, okay.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Okay. So you said you're a PR person. Can you tell me about a time when either you worked alone or you worked with a team, right, to come up with a PR strategy? Because you spoke about putting the company out there, being the face of the company. So tell me about a time when you worked with you alone or with a team to come up with a PR strategy to put an organization out there, right? What was the situation of the company before you were there, right? And after you did that strategy, how did you implement it, and how do you know that you were successful?
Okay, yeah, in the company I worked for in the past, I had a team of professionals that I handle.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think I've gotten the major things I want from this session. So now it's time for you to ask me questions.
Okay, I don't have any question.
You don't have any questions?
Yes, I don't have.
Based on Ayo's interview, first thing you have to know about interviews is that something or things you say lead to other questions. So you have to be very careful about what you say. Do not say things that you cannot defend. So the first question I asked was, how did you prepare for this interview? And Ayo spoke about all the research he did, which is good. He said all the right things. You know, he researched the company, he read up on the job description. And when I asked Ayo questions about what he knew about the company, he didn't seem so prepared. So make sure that you really research a company. You cannot over-research an organization that you're going to interview. Learn so much about them, because if you do not understand the company, how would you know what you're going to do there? Secondly, another thing we looked at was his understanding of the role, which is summarized. However, when I told Ayo to tell me about himself, and that's a question lots of people can't answer, but I emphasized and I said, tell me about yourself with emphasis on how your skills, your experience, and your education aligns with this role. Ayo wasn't really prepared, to answer that question. Make sure that you understand the question properly, right? If you don't understand, there's no harm in asking. Don't ramble. That's the other thing. And then make sure that you know how to explain to the interviewer how your skills align with that role, or else you're probably not going to get it. Then another issue with Ayo's session was that Ayo did not have any questions for us. Please, by no means should you go for an interview without having questions, and make sure that you ask intelligent questions. You can want to ask how like the specific problems the role has that they would love you to solve, and a host of other intelligent questions. Just research and look up types of questions you can ask. And in regards to Ayo's body language, Ayo failed to keep eye contact. So failure to keep eye contact suggests that you lack a level of confidence. So work on your physical communication, your unspoken, your non-verbal communication. Make sure that you dress well. Make sure you keep eye contact. Make sure that you're not swiveling your chair. Make sure that you're not, toying with anything. And I know sometimes people get nervous, but one way to kill being nervous is make sure you research. Make sure you over-prepare for that role. And trust me, if you're prepared, you're most likely going to feel confident. Thank you.
Oh, that was really nice. Very nice. And Tongri, thank you very much. That was really fast. We need to try to make that very clip trend, because many people will learn a lot about it. I was going through some questions while that was on, and I see some persons asking questions about interviews like this. So I hope we've been able to learn a thing or two. All right, if you're just joining us, the program is the Medley Show, and our phone line is 081-1778-2020. You send a text, WhatsApp or text messages only, and tell us your questions about why you don't have the dream job, or the very many questions you want to ask. Thank you very much, Rose, for this. So you tell us the very many questions you'd like to ask. So guys, let's take some questions still from our last episode of the program. Let's see. Okay, who is there? This person says, good afternoon, ladies in the studio. This program is amazing. Thank you. All right, thank you very much, Nicholas from Ikorodu, for that one. Let me see. Thank you very much. This is an eye-opener. I love this. My first time being on this program, and it's really a blessing. This is Promise Joshua from Kaduna. Okay, who is this? This person says, good afternoon. Not to be known. That is Anonymous from Lagos. You are talking about CVs. I'm the CEO of an organization. Talking about CV with people writing with faith. Oh, remember last time the one we talked about writing with faith? I covered the CV with the blood of Jesus. Okay, I've read so many CVs. Okay, so he's a CEO. He has read so many funny CVs, and it says, "Thank you for this. God bless Nigeria and God help us." Yes. Thank you very much. So that's another thing about writing CV. Yes, we are a very religious nation. We work with faith, which is good. So when you now start bringing it to your CV, I really don't know how that works. So guys, maybe when you're alone, or you can pray before you send your CV, that's fine. But when you start writing in your CV, how did you say
the person saved her CV as "my case is different." And when I opened the CV, it was 0.
Okay, and the case wasn't any different. Okay, so my name is Abdul. It's nice watching your show. It has continued to impact so many lives in Nigeria positively. God bless you. Thank you very much, Abdul. I would have really loved to know where you're writing from, but it's okay. Please include that next time. I'm Joy from Ondo State. Please, I want to apply for a job in Canada. How can I build my CV? All right, someone else asked a question about Canada. I saw that. I can't remember where that is anymore. Anyhow, some persons want to write. Someone said, you actually mentioned your name. Yes, Sarah said that wants to apply for a job in Canada, and that person is in Surulere. This one is in Kaduna. So how can they get to do this? Have you been helping people go to Canada?
It's interesting why they are transferring their broad application questions to me. However, for international applications, you know, unlike back home here, there are a lot of specific requirements. So, like the first person that wanted to apply for a driver role in Canada, first it has to be in Canada. It has to be on ground in Canada. First. Yes, because you know the terrain is different. You know.
No, but the person is hoping that the job can be the one to take it to Canada.
Well, if he has that, you know, there are different ways. So let me give an instance. Modern build infrastructure, you know, online infrastructure, always encourage that we should do what they call a video interview. You know, so
video interview.
Yeah, a video interview. So and like saved, so the companies can actually come back to see these videos. So for him, if, like you said, if he wants to apply from Nigeria and he has experience driving these kind of trucks or cars that will be required to be driven there, why not? He can do a video interview of him actually driving that kind of truck. So it will help a long way to that. Then for the second person, there's also formats. So the CV that a Nigerian company will use may be different from what will be required in Canada.
So how can I get to Canada a template or some? Okay, I can go online and get a template for Australian CV.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me still take this. Some people are actually calling. Please, I'm sorry, I can't pick your call. Oh, yet another Canada. Guys, you answered your Canada question. You shall not jackpot.
Oh no, they shall jackpot.
Please,
and come back with FX.
No, but please hold on. Let's do some work in Nigeria. We have a lot to do here. Okay, let me just take it. My name is Sunday. I'm enjoying your show. But must I be educated before applying for a job in Canada?
Well, can I talk on this?
All right, quickly.
So currently, for people who want to move to Canada, Canada has different requirements, and they have certain careers that are sought after in Canada. So careers in tech, some careers in construction, you know, and the list goes on. So there are some career paths you'll be into that gives you more points than certain career paths.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then there are some jobs that you see that would indicate that they sponsor visas. Like, okay, if you get this job, you're going to get a sponsorship. And then there are some adverts that would clearly tell you that we do not sponsor people's visas. So you have to be on ground in Canada, as you said, right, for them to get that job. So yes, to an extent, but it's possible that there might be some semi-skilled jobs, some menial jobs that would be needed over there in Canada. And if you don't have like formal education, but you have those skills and you have evidence to prove that you can do it like on a global level, you're actually going to be given a chance.
Okay, well, I'm not going to ask you a Japa question. What's that? Can you imagine these people? Please have your drinks. Okay, let me take a few questions very quickly. My name is Ogege Victor. I so much love this show. It motivates me, but I'm confused on what to study in university. Should I go for computer science or cyber security? How am I supposed to know what you're good at? Anyhow, Victor, I think it's something maybe I'll send you their contact and you get to ask them those questions. I don't know if they can guide you on that one. Okay, let's take some new questions from today, even though we still have a lot from the last time. Good afternoon to you all. I am S.A. Samuel Osote from Nasarawa State. I'm really enjoying your program. Thank you very much. Thank you for writing. I appreciate it. Who is this? Someone wrote that. Okay. Okay, let's take this long one. Good afternoon to you guys in the studio. I'm Mr. FOMDC from Jos, a fine artist. I would like your guest to help me answer the question, how can a person who is willing to raise money and go into practice of what he studied, like starting a studio or starting a printing press? Okay, I think he's asking a question like he studied fine art and he wants to open a studio. He wants to ask how he can raise money to do that. Can I try to answer that?
Can you answer that?
Let me
Okay,
try,
okay.
let me try to attempt it. I mean, I would advise that, I mean, you studied, you're good at what you do. So first, you start from selling single paintings, sell to individuals, start gathering your money, your profit, keep your profits aside over time. You get some money, and you can try to partner with. So I think they say partnership is always good. If you want to do something really big, get a partner with someone, you set this up, and I don't know, get a base.
Yeah.
I tried,
well,
right?
well, yeah, you did well. You
that's
know,
what I
but the good thing again is that one of the key things that help us in Nigeria is information. So we have the likes of Bank of Industry, we have NISA, who can actually, if you write a convincing paperwork business plan, they can actually fund it, and it's an area where they are interested in creative arts.
Okay.
So.
All right, so let's just take this one before we go on to the next thing. Good afternoon. My name is David Obidike from Port Harcourt. I really enjoyed the interview session. I learned a lot from it, and I also knew he failed this one. Godspeed. Okay, well, that one we just had to do that so that you can actually learn a thing or two, and we're glad you actually did. It's time for us to go on to a street where we ask some people some questions on considerations for job offer.
Apart from what you want in a job, there is this thing they call job satisfaction. And at some point, when you don't have that joy, as a normal person that likes to make money and a living, you're supposed to have that joy, waking up early in the morning, going to your job. But at some point, you discover that that joy is no longer there, based on the practices that maybe you find out going on in that office or that environment that is not conversant to normal practice. Or maybe you find out that there are some fraudulent activities going on.
Pay too matters, because imagine a salary that, at the end of the day you have to pay your transport fare, your feeding is there. So if at the end of the day the salary is not giving you what you want or what you work for, or cannot even solve your needs, there's no point doing it. It's better you go into a business and take care of yourself.
I think I can take anything aside physical assault. Mental stress too is a no for me. So a boss who assaults me physically, because I had a case of one recently, that's why I'm saying it. If you assault me physically, I'm going to take it up to any level. I know I'm not rich and all, but then I'm definitely going to fight to my last.
A human being, if you don't have some time to rest for yourself, you might break out. So definitely work hour is very important, because I remember the first job I had, it was in a construction company. I was working Monday to Saturday. On Saturday, I don't even have time. On Sunday, I only go to church. Then when I come back from, I start washing my clothes and all that. I don't have time. But I was working because they were encouraging me.
Closing around 6 before you get home. If you're married with children, before you get home, to be around that kind 9, 10. Before you get home at times, your children are already asleep. And you wake up early in the morning, you resume 7 o'clock in the morning. You have to wake up as early as 4:35. As you resume, you leave home when your children are still asleep. You close from work, before you reach home, they are already also asleep. So sometimes they don't even know you.
In a job that you are offered 150, and you cannot even for 1 second you can't rest, it's as if it's better you stay with that job, because what are you working for? You are working for yourself and to meet up some immediate needs. If you are not alive, how can you do a job?
Please don't withhold my salary. Pay me when it is due. Fine, then we are cool.
Okay, thank you very much for staying tuned to the Nigerian Television Authority. I hope you're enjoying the program and learning a thing or two. Well, I am. Okay, I have my guests with me, Tongrik and Ero Mosele. They are human resource consultants, and we've been rubbing our minds around different issues and questions and concerns around job offers and job opportunities. All right, I still want to take as many questions, like I said, as possible. I've been taking last episode's questions. Now, let me just move on to taking this episode's questions. Someone is asking, what do you advise when employers ask you to do tasks such as an employment process after your intellectual property is out there without a reference to you, and they tell you you are not successful when your work is out there and being implemented? Can you sue them? I don't know if you get a question. Can you? Yes, they ask you to do something, and there is always a place where a box you're asked to tick to say you shall not sue and all that stuff. Yes, usually they have a way of covering their own end. But because you need this thing, you actually happily send it to them and you're not taking. And they thank you very much for coming.
Okay,
so I think, first of all, you have to be able to prove that they even used your ideas, because for almost every role, averagely, an organization might be interviewing from 10 to even 50 candidates. And there's a tendency that you were not the only one that submitted that idea. But let's even say your idea was used. I tell people, a company might be able to take your idea, but can they take your implementation? Beyond an idea, it is not just your ideas that makes you different, your ability to implement. So can they implement that idea the way you'd implement it? Most likely not. Secondly, an organization that will do that is a fraudulent organization. That's not a straightforward organization. I don't think you want to work in that kind of place. I don't think you should lose sleep over that kind of company.
Well, some organizations will tell you, recommend 3 areas that you'd like us to improve on, or stuff like that.
Yes.
They ask you to. There are 5,000 people asking for this job.
Yes.
And we've all given them brilliant ideas. And they take only 2 people at the end of the day.
Yes.
It's the risk.
Is that fair?
It's the risk.
No.
It's the risk.
Okay, it's a risk. Life is a risk, and not to take the risk is a risk, right? Okay, let's go on to some of today's questions, and I hope that these people stop calling so I can read the questions. My name is Ebenezer Raphael Mbong. I'm a student of Akwa Ibom State. I really enjoy your program. I learned a lot from the interview. Yes, I learned a lot from the interview too, Ebenezer. Okay, I'm still trying to take some of these. I would like us to take some questions, talk about essay writings.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say essay writing for some people going to schools, and they tell you, write, there's a personal statement essay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want to write 750 words, for instance. There's another they write, tell an essay about what you think the course is going to do to you. I mean, tell us about basics of writing an essay. I know it's going to be I know it's very long and detailed, but can you give us some brief?
Okay, so with people that are seeking admission for international studies, we have to also put into cognizance that the panel of different institutions are different. So if you're writing to Oxford and you're writing to Leeds, there are 2 different panels. So what they'll be looking out for is not the same.
True.
But the key thing is that you should be able to transfer your interest on paper in line with certain guidelines.
Interest on paper.
Yes, you should transfer your interest on paper. So what do I mean by that? So the personal statement, for instance, has like a line of, I would say, points. So first, you want to talk about why you chose the course. So you are drawing like a background of your interest in the course. So some schools or some panel, we like to see, okay, how does your, from childbirth, your environment, how does it relate to you coming into this course? Then sometimes the choice of the school.
Sorry, let's get out some water. You can just. All right, sorry, Greg. Okay.
So they also want to see, why are you also interested? Why have you chosen that university in question? Then recently there is like a new approach that is trending, especially for those that have been applying. Sorry, my sister. They have been applying for the likes of.
Okay, I think you're really okay. You can just step out. Let's just continue the conversation. Ramasale, please just step out so you can take care of your. All right. So, Ramasale, you were saying.
Okay, so for the likes of people that are applying for like Chevrolet, you know, they want to see like something like more creative. So instead of the typical background, they want to see like an actionable point of why you think you are the person that is meant for that institution.
Wow.
So it's
you know,
very nice.
writing essays like that for scholarships like that is very, very, I don't know, it's something
Yeah,
else.
so-
But let's take quickly 2 questions and then we'll go for a break. Ariel John from, oh, someone is calling. Ariel John, and he says, I love listening to your show. Before you answer my question, please, I am confused. Okay, I will come back to that later. It's a little confusing. I'm Stella. I'm calling from Lagos. I study microbiology. Since after my service, I'm unable to get a job. Please tell me where to apply. Let me take one more and then we'll go on. Good afternoon. I'm Joy from Mina, Niger State. Thank you very much for this show. I'm just watching it for the first time and I enjoyed the interview session and I learned something from it. Please, my question is, can someone submit a CV when their result is not yet ready? Thank you. I mean, school result, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, do that
Result of
quickly
CV.
then.
Okay, well, when you say result, I'm thinking can somebody submit their CV when their result
When
is
the
not
school
ready?
result is not ready, for
Yeah,
instance.
yes. So it depends on the kind
You
of
just
job.
write in waiting. That's just
Yeah,
what you
yes,
guys
yes,
write in
in
waiting.
waiting.
All right, so you give me a moment. I will get back to talk a little more with you. Meanwhile, I also caught up where we had a chat with Eromosele behind camera, well, in front of camera, behind the camera of the show. Yeah, we talked to him and he told us how to build a LinkedIn profile. For those of you wondering, how can I build a LinkedIn profile? He's talked a lot about LinkedIn profile. Well, this is the step-by-step process on how to do it.
As you can see on the screen, there Google search. As a candidate, you can just go on Google, type LinkedIn, LinkedIn, like LinkedIn. So it shows you the #1 professional employment focus page. It's used for professionals. So if you look at yourself as a professional in any field, both skilled and unskilled, you can come on LinkedIn and create a brand for yourself. So that's the key part, I would say. So when you go on LinkedIn for the first time, via the Google search, you click on login like you have an account. But if you don't have an account, all you need to do is to join now, here where my icon is. So when you click the join now, you have to add your phone number and your 6-character password. There are terms and agreements, but it's good to read them. You click agree to join, and I have an account. A few other people in the studio have an account. So when you do that, it takes you to a profile page where you have to put your full name, what we call the tagline. I'll show you later. Your education, just the way you build your CV. That's how you're going to build your LinkedIn page. So we just go to one of our friends' page here. So the profile comes in various ways. So I'll click like edit here. So like we're trying to work on this page anew. So this is what you see when you sign up. So when you click the join, something like this comes up. So you have to put your name, your first name. Unlike other social media, no slangish. So if your name is Blessing, put Blessing, not Blair, YN or something, or Sexy Chuli or something. Just put your name as it is. Michael, Eromosele, Imomo, whatever your name is. So your first name, your last name, additional name if you have another one, like I said, maybe 3 names. Then you have the headline. You know what I said, like the tagline. So you want to put something that is catchy. So if you're a project manager, you want to put a project manager on your tagline here. And you want to put the channel you are working. Well, we'll see a series of pages and how people put their tagline. So your tagline is what you want to be known for. So somewhere in my profile, you see HR, you see project management, you see banking, because I've had a series of experience in those fields. So what you want to sell, you put in your headline, which is also your tagline. Then your current position, if you are working. If you are not working and maybe you need a role, you can put like freelance, You can put like a student, something of that nature up there. So other profile, are you currently working there, or is that your last place of work and all that? So education. So this is a perfect profile setup when you just join LinkedIn. We're just going to jump straight into the profile. So this, for instance, this person is set up. You click save, and we're in. So more on your profile, we'll still stick to that. So when you have set up your profile, you have to make it sellable. So for instance, we said about the tagline. So after putting your filling your form, so you have this person's name, and this is the tagline we're talking about here: assistant producer and his workplace, then Federal Capital Territory. So this person has some connections already. So it's also good to get connections. So when you join LinkedIn for the first time, they give you suggestions. How do you get these suggestions? So they give you a suggestion of maybe your colleagues, your friends from school. So when you just join don't start thinking, who do I follow? How do people connect? First thing first, your old friends want to connect with you. Your old colleagues want to connect with you and all that. So you see people that you can connect with here. Also, you can also connect with people that are field related. So this person's profile is a producer related person and a media personality. So you can check and see media personalities. This person, you can see the tagline after creating a profile. Then, the school, I always advise, just put your university, like it's showing here. Then maybe any other role that is important. So what LinkedIn does again is your about you. I, as an HR professional, I come to see what you are trying to say. So clearly this person has showed himself excellently well, because these are the areas that suits his field as a producer. You can see his experiences here. The experiences can be modified. He's currently here on a part-time and he's been freelancing here. So your profile just sells you from start to finish, but I also advise that you don't make it a junk place. Don't make it a junk place. So if you are selling mass media, you just focus on mass media and what you've done there. Chances of getting a job on LinkedIn is very high. There's an icon there for jobs. You go to the jobs and you can set a job. So here you have job alerts. So you can say what you're looking for. So this can be edited. So you put the kind of jobs you're looking for. If it's an admin role, if it's a human resource role, if it's a public relations officer's role, like this person has done here. You can set the region. So you're looking for a job in Abuja, or in Lagos, or in Port Harcourt, or in London, or in Quebec, or in Amsterdam. You can just set it here. LinkedIn is a very fantastic professional profile. So I advise you to jump on that today. Everybody that comes across me opens a LinkedIn profile. So why don't you join LinkedIn today?
All right. Thank you very much, Eremasele, for that one. So for those of you wondering how can I open my LinkedIn profile, now you know. All right, if you're just joining us, the program is the Medley Show, and I have a number of your messages here. So you know what I'm going to do? I am done with, I will just take a pause from last week's. Let me take as many of this week as possible. And by the way, how are you feeling?
I'm good.
You're good now.
I'm
okay.
good. Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Someone has even asked a question to say, I hope she's okay.
Yes, I'm okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Kolade Amodele from Akure. I'm a civil engineering graduate with practically oriented since 2015. I've not gotten any job. Please, Sam, where can I submit my CV? Oh my God, I'm running out of time. Pause that. I don't know. Really, this is not a program where we're actually offering jobs. We just recommend. Now just give a big recommendation very quickly on people who are asking where they can submit their CV, where they can do this.
Check LinkedIn
We
jobs.
just finished LinkedIn.
Check Glassdoor. Check hotnigerianjobs.com. You have Jobberman. You have Indeed. And then there are a host of others. So just Google the job you're looking for.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is asking, how can I get a job through you guys? Well, she has told you already how to get a job. All right, good afternoon. My name is Sama Samson from Bauchi. Okay, I missed that. Hello, thank you very much for this program. I've truly learned a lot. It's really amazing. This is Adam's Joy. I love you all. We love you too. Okay, what do you advise when employers ask, okay, I've taken this one already, ask you to your intellectual property.
Yeah.
Did I ask, you've answered the intellectual
Yes.
property
Yeah,
question
yes.
already? Good. Okay, who is this now? Let's take this one. Bauchi, Samson from Bauchi. The program is very rich, of which I love it, and it's impacting knowledge to us all. Thank you very much. All right, we've talked about essay writing
Yeah, we do.
for
Schools,
Cause-
admissions, and
all right,
personal statement and the
personal
likes.
statements and the
Yes.
other, because and sometimes they'll still ask you, all right, tell us what else you'd like us to know about you other than the other things, and you've enumerated your entire family history up to your great-great-grandfather. What else do they want me to write at that third column?
Well, I would say just anything you think you can add that will give you an advantage in the process. It can be anything, provided it makes you like chosen. It gives you an advantage. Makes them think you're going to be a good addition, right, to
Okay.
their institution.
Okay, someone else is asking this question. Good work done. You are all appreciated. The meaning of articulated driver is truck driver. Oh, articulated driver, that's a truck driver.
Okay.
All right, so that's what this person is asking. I think it has to do with the question someone asked about articulated
Is an
driver
articulated
in
driver.
Canada.
Yes.
So, well, I think it's
I
also-
answered it.
you
You
answered
know, I
it.
was saying something about the
Yes.
truck and the
Yes.
training and all that.
Okay, okay. All right, so that's good. All right, good day, lovely presenters. Please, how can I get an opportunity to apply as a personal secretary in a big firm? Any relevant information?
Just
All right,
check online for jobs.
check online for jobs.
Yeah.
Check online for jobs. All right, let me just see if I can take one more on text message, then I'll take your last words. We are practically out of time already. This is a lovely program. Thank you for impacting knowledge. Bemi Sola from Ojebu Ode. My name is Terry Nelson from Bielsa. I love your program. It's so amazing. I'm a musician. How can I own my own studio? Like you're for real. Okay. My name is Garba, 57 years old. I'm really learning a lot of things. I'm enjoying your program. Thank you for the enlightenment. My name is John, texting from Mina. I want to know how can I create a CV for job security. I'm just trying to rush through all this because we are out of time already. All right, let me just, if you can answer any of these and then take your last words very quickly.
Well, we've been reiterating, go online,
Yes.
apply. If you want a job as a personal secretary, just type personal secretary in your location. There'll be a lot of options that will come out on Google, so I think that'll work.
For me, my last words would be just do a lot of research. Everything is on the internet. Every question you're asking us actually has answers on the internet. Go to Google, go to YouTube, and you'll find your answers.
All right, so, but just in case we want to check you out, is your Instagram, your LinkedIn, is it open for questions? You know, many
Yes.
times it's locked. I don't know if...
It's open. LinkedIn
Mine is
is
actually
All right,
LinkedIn,
so your LinkedIn profile, in case people would like to meet you there.
okay, well, you've seen my name throughout the
Program.
program, so just type Eromosele, EROMONSELE, Imomo. So
Alright.
it comes up there with my.
Then you ask all your questions.
Mine is Toynrick Bianyiko, TOINGRICK BYANYIKO on LinkedIn.
All right, so you ask your questions, and once they help you get the job, then you now get back to me. All right, thank you very much for being part of the program. If you'd like to watch this program and the past episodes of this program, please do visit our YouTube channel, NTA series on YouTube. You can also follow me on my social media handles, on Twitter, Cecil G, on Instagram and Facebook, Cecil Egbele is my name, and on LinkedIn, Cecil Egbele is my name. All right, let's do this again next week. Another interesting topic. Thank you. All right, guys, so thank you very much for coming. Bye-bye.